My name is Sun Kim. I have been in New Orleans for 45 years. I have been taking care of the Korean War veterans in Louisiana for about 15, 20 years. I came to U.S. in 1958. I landed in Washington, D.C. from Seoul back in I was 11 years old. It was very hard at the beginning because it's like coming to a new family. It's left the old family in Korea and then you start again as a little kid with a whole new family, not knowing the language. You have to go to school and you feel like you're just very stupid because you can't talk. But children were very, very accommodating and they were very sweet. So that part was not bad, but not being able to speak and get along with the whole community was a little bit hard. So my parents were in U.S. already with the two other children. And when they were planning to come back to pick me up after a couple of months of spending time in U.S., but then the Korean War happened, so they could not do anything for the next 10 years to bring me back.
What was the reason you participate service for Korean veteran?
Korean veteran. Oh, every year, Korean Association of Greater New Orleans has a event that's to honor the Korean War veterans around June 25th. And so they needed someone who could speak both English and Korean. So I started to do the MC, and then I started to take over the entire project. So as a result, I had to contact all the Korean War veterans, find them, to invite them. And so from then on, I had taken care of the entire operation, putting the event together. There is a Korean War Memorial Monument in Metairie, which is the next city to New Orleans. And this was built by the Korean War veterans themselves. They raised money and they built this beautiful memorial with 500 names of the veterans that died in Korea during the war. And so in order to honor them at the very location, we gave a Korean War Memorial service. And so we did that for every year around June 25th, and we invited all the war veterans and families and supporters and local Koreans to come to that to honor them and then have a full dinner afterwards. It's a very great event for everybody. It's something that they feel proud of. We feel proud of them, but they're also very appreciative of what we're doing for them. I was 3 years old when the war started. So we evacuated, my grandparents, my uncle, we all evacuated to Busan from Seoul. So I mean, that's a memorial, but I don't remember too much of the actual horror of the war because I was too young. You know, when I became a little bit older, we're living in Seoul. We see Jeep car with the American soldiers always going back and forth in Seoul. So, I mean, we knew they were around and that were protecting us. Even from later age, when I came here, you always appreciate what they did. I became close to the veterans because I had to find these veterans to invite them to this memorial service, way back 15, 20 years ago. And so in doing that, you call them and then you start to get to know them personally. And later on, we became very close friends. Right now, they're like my family. They're my uncles. They're my papa. They're my friends. So, I mean, we have a very close relationship.
So how do you get that kind of relationship back?
You have to be in contact with them constantly. You have to really show them you care.
Tell us about the one or two specific veteran you met.
Every year we take a photo of the veterans. We just line them up after the event. That's the best we can do, and then we send that to everybody. But this year, because Rami came, really a professional, really fantastic photo with each person's personality coming out and however you set them up, it was just wonderful. And each veterans really loved seeing themselves in that group photo. So we're really thankful for that. And this will be our main best photo that we've ever had. They have to have an interest in past history and where they are and about what happened in Korea during the war and how American soldiers were involved. Once you know that, these people, actually they're boys, they're high school graduates, they're college, they're anywhere from 17 to 20, 25 years old. So many of them died. So for what reason, would they have been sacrificed their life? It is to make our Korea what it is today. And if you see how wonderful life is now, then you have to appreciate them and you have to really need to thank them for their service.
What did you learn from the Korean War veteran?
That each person had a lot of suffering, and sometimes they don't want to talk about it. It's too painful. Their friends, their colleagues, they see them dying right next to them. They still say it was worth going. It was worth going and fighting because of what Korea has become now. Many say, I would go again. I mean, even they're in the 90s, but they still say it was that worth it to do that, to have been part of a Korean history to what it is now.
What is freedom to you?
That each person can live their life to their choosing, to have a goal, go after the goal, and have a happy life, to appreciate what has happened before, to give you this life. That's freedom. I would like other people to show appreciation for any veteran, especially Korean War veterans. If you go on the street, you see a Korean War veteran hat on some older person, just to say thank you for your service. Even if you don't know Korea, or if you do, if you're Korean, it's very important to show them that you appreciate them, because they're everywhere still, between ages 89 to maybe 99, but they're still here, and we really need to appreciate them and show them how much we thank them.